Hola a todos, camaradas, a un nuevo vídeo de Mass Effect. Como dije en el anterior episodio, lo hemos dejado justamente aquí, hablando con Ashley, y vamos a descubrir un poco más de su familia, ¿vale?
Did your father serve with the fleet?
Yeah, took any crap posting he could get that offered space time. You know what? He worked his ass off trying to get recognized, but he never made it above serviceman 3rd class. He was real proud when I met Chief. First thing he did was salute.
What about your mother? You haven't mentioned her.
You must know what military wives are like. Strong because they have to be, able to raise kids while dad's away on a 6-month cruise. She has a degree in planetary geology. She and Dad both wanted to see new worlds. She gave up her career to raise us, though.
You have more than one sister? Sounds like a big family.
Yeah, I'm the oldest, then Abby, then Lynn. Sarah's the youngest. She's still in high school. With 4 girls, Dad used to say he felt more outnumbered at home than on maneuvers.
Where did you grow up?
All over. Same as you, I expect. We transferred a half a dozen times before I finished grade school. You go where personnel command sends you, right? I guess that's why I'm so tight with my sisters. We'd have to leave all our friends every 2 or 3 years.
I was an only child, but I get the idea. At least one of my parents was always on duty.
Yeah, military families, eh? With schedules like that, it's a wonder we ever have kids anymore. Things were tense between Sarah and me for a while. Then we bonded.
Sounds like a story. Feel like sharing?
Sarah got herself a boyfriend who wanted to go faster than she did, Mike. I didn't think he was a bad kid, just pushy. Lynn would send me these worried vid mails, and I'd tell her to relax.
Where were you when this was going on?
I was on active duty. Sarah's graduating high school this year. This was only a couple of years back. They were on Amaterasu. At the time, I was assigned to Chernobog. Same cluster, but a dozen Hellwire away. Close enough to talk regularly, too far to make it back in an emergency. I couldn't afford a fast packet flight.
If he really liked her, he wouldn't be pushy.
Yeah, of course. If he didn't ask at all, I'd wonder if he thought Sarah was ugly. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Mike thought they'd go for a romantic walk in the woods, 'cause he figured it was past time they did the deed. She levered Mike face first into a tree and left. Didn't have a scratch on her. Good thing Mom and Dad had us all learn some kind of self-defense. I took emergency leave and walked Sarah to school for a few days.
Why didn't you tell the police?
She said it wouldn't solve the real problem, and she and Mike would both become household names. It was a small colony. I said it was her call to make, that we should let her do it her way. Mom was pretty pissed about that.
You said all of your sisters learned self-defense?
Lynn did pistol practice, but didn't like it. She's kind of nervous. Sarah took Aikido. Abby decided to learn the sword. She always was a little weird. Likes big skirts and tops you have to tie her into. They do great things to her figure, though.
So, what did you learn?
One of Dad's friends taught me Marine hand to hand.
You traveled all the way home to walk your sister to school.
It was only a dozen light years, like a day's cruise. It's not like I was going to Earth or something. My last day out, Mike was waiting for us. Sarah had told her friends, so everyone at school knew what he did. He wasn't happy. I wanted to snap him in half, but Sarah gave me this look, this let me handle it, I need to do this alone look. She kept her cool, God bless her, as he screamed in her face. She just let him vent. Then he tried to punch her. I swear, she just flowed around him. Next thing I knew, he's face down on the sidewalk, and there's blood everywhere.
He missed?
When he swung, she wasn't there anymore, and he fell. She helped him stop the bleeding and had me call an ambulance. She told the paramedics he fell. Before they took him to the hospital, Mike touched Sarah's arm. I thought he was gonna end up on the ground again. But he hung his head, whispered, "I'm sorry," and started crying. And she hugged him. The Williams women are a decisive bunch, Commander. We do things when we're ready. Not before, not after.
Where was your father during this? Wasn't your family stationed near him?
Dad always wanted to serve in space, but he wanted us to have real ground under our feet. He'd say, space is beautiful, but you can't raise a family there. I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. All times I have enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those that loved me and alone. For always roaming with a hungry heart, much have I seen and known, cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments.
I never thought I'd hear you reciting poetry.
Just because I can drill you between the eyes at 100 meters doesn't mean I can't like sensitive stuff. Just don't spread it around. Ulysses was my dad's favorite poem. Every time he shipped out, he recorded me reading it. He had a dozen versions when he retired.
Does he still like it?
I sure hope so. I read it to his grave every time I go home. Dad passed on a few years back. He's probably still watching, though.
I thought you said he was dead.
You know, from heaven, wherever that is. That's not a problem with you, is it? That I believe in God?
Your beliefs are your business. I'm your commanding officer, not your moral compass.
I appreciate that, Skipper. I should get back to my duties. Didn't mean to take up so much of your time.
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
I think she's being straight with us. Or at least I don't think she lies very often.
Yeah, she's probably really bad at it. Hey, want me to ask her about her sex life? Might be illuminating.
I don't think she's used to teasing, good-natured or otherwise.
Aw, no fun, Skipper. Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive.
What's your opinion
Not
of the
sure
last...
I'd buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her. Hey, want me to ask her about her sex life? Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I should get back to... I wouldn't mind talking more. Ma'am?
What do you want, Shepard?
Why did you become a mercenary?
Lots of reasons.
Such as?
Such as, I needed to get out of our system. I needed to eat. I needed to survive.
Why not stay and help your people?
I tried to help. That's why I had to leave.
What happened?
I was betrayed. I was head of a small tribe. We were trying to restore order after the war, but the other tribes were against us. They followed Jared, one of the few warlords who survived the war with the Turians. But he was old, and so were his ideas. He wanted to continue the war. He wanted us to fight. Turians, Solarians, each other. It didn't matter who, as long as we were fighting.
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up, to stop his ranting. I wanted him to stop leading the tribes astray. But he couldn't understand how much things had changed. We didn't have the numbers to go to war. Even if we did, the genophage made sure we couldn't replenish our numbers fast enough. I told them all to forget about war. We needed to focus on breeding, at least for one generation. And for a while, we were getting through. Some of the tribes started coming around.
I take it the warlord didn't appreciate that.
No, he didn't. He arranged a crush with the tribes, a meeting on neutral ground. He wanted to talk. We met at the Hollows, near the graves of our ancestors. The skulls of our dead laid bare to remind us where we come from, and where we all go. It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be. Violence is forbidden.
Sounds like a trap to me. You must have suspected as much.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush, well, there are some laws that even we hold sacred.
Jared was your father?
He was. Until that day. We talked, but we didn't get anywhere. When it was clear that I wouldn't join him, he gave the signal. His men leapt from the graves of our ancestors like Krogan undead. The few that were loyal to me died quickly. I escaped with my life, but not before I sank my dagger deep into my father's chest. That is why I left, and that's why I'll never go back.
You must have family other than your father. Don't you miss them?
You trying to make me cry, Shepard? I've got some unfinished business with my family, but that's all.
What kind of business?
Before I left, I made an oath to my father's father. I swore to recover my family's battle armor. It was taken from him after the uprising.
What's so important about this armor?
It's a relic. Useless, really. But it was worn by 5 generations of my family before the war. It's rightfully mine. Originally, it was taken by the Turian military. We weren't allowed armor or weapons after the war. Now, it's in the hands of Ton Actus, a Turian scum who collects relics from the war. He's made millions selling Krogan artifacts that were stolen from my people. He's got several bases where he stores his goods, all fortified and guarded. I just don't know which base has my family's armor.
Just tell me where to start looking.
I'll upload the data to your nav system. But Commander, I want to be there when you find him.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Shepard, I'm glad you're here.
Good to see you smiling again, so to speak.
I'm sleeping much better now. I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard. First, we stop Saren. Then I'll worry about my own problems.
I should go.
See you later.
Bueno, y una vez concluidas las conversaciones con nuestra tripulación, vamos a continuar haciendo misiones secundarias. Pero antes vamos a... Bueno, no. Antes tenemos que hacer mínimo una misión secundaria o al menos ir a la ciudadela. Uy. Vamos a hacer el diario. Y vamos a ver, misiones, tareas tenemos 2 y tareas tenemos las mismas de antes, las secundarias de antes, más la de Garrus, que es vea las coordenadas del sistema Hertz en el confín de Keller, ¿vale? Y la armadura familiar, busca la armadura, se esconde en una base en algún lugar del cúmulo Argos Ro, así que tenemos que ir a alguna de esas al cúmulo de Argos Ro y ir de uno en uno, supongo. Esta misión la haré en un capítulo entero porque seguramente sea más larga que la de Garrus, por ejemplo. A ver, tenemos que examinar eso de ahí para ganar un poco de experiencia. Vale, hecho. Y ahora sí que vamos a ir al mapa de la galaxia. Y ahora vamos a ver. Como ves, se nos ha aparecido este como el Exodus, que antes no estaba. Confín de Kepler. Supuestamente está en el confín de Kepler la misión de Garrus, así que vamos allá. Me pondré a Liara también en el equipo para aumentarle los niveles que tenga. Pero antes, como siempre, vamos a investigar todo. Por esto ya hemos visto en episodios de las secundarias que nos están dando bastante dinero y tal. O sea, dinero no nos va a faltar, eso ya os lo aseguro. Bueno, tendremos que ir aquí. Vamos a ir con Garrus y con Liara, ¿vale? Bruce pues porque es su misión y con Liara para lo que he dicho antes. Antes que nada vamos a ver al pelotón y vamos a ver Liara. Liara tiene 50 puntos. Primero vamos a subirle todos estos, ¿vale? Barrera, alteración, es biótica pura, ¿vale? O sea, tiene barrera, es algo que solo tienen los bióticos en este juego, ojo. La singularidad es algo particular, es bastante poderoso, ¿vale? Y tiene electrónica. Debo decir que los bióticos normales no tienen electrónica, ¿vale? Es una especie de centinela mucho más arraigada al... ¿cómo decirlo? Es una centinela bastante arraigada a la electrónica, ¿vale? Pero simplemente tiene eso de electrónica. No llega a ser una centinela como yo, que tiene mitad y mitad, pero tiene bastantes cosillas. Y ahora vamos a ver equipo. Liara, como hemos visto, no parece que pueda llevar armaduras. Mira, era gladiator también. Interfaz médica, bueno, tenemos dos interfaz médica, pues le ponemos una. De armas tampoco hemos visto, así que supongamos que lleva pistolas solo. Vamos a ver si hay alguna mejor que la nuestra, que no lo parece. Así que vamos a ponerle el estileto 4, ¿vale? Y vamos a mejorarlo porque esta sí que la vamos a llevar en algunas misiones. Buscando a la madre, por ejemplo, vamos a llevarlo. De momento vamos a hacer el estabilizador, a menos que haya... ¿Ves? No tenemos el sumidero de calor. Es algo bastante difícil de conseguir, la verdad. Y Polonia. Vale, y hecho esto ya la tenemos mejorada, supongo, que al tope. De momento no he visto nada de que se pueda mejorar a mediano, o sea que supondremos que no, ¿vale? Como veis en los de pruebas, esto es la singularidad, ¿vale? Esto que acabáis de ver. Esto que acabáis de ver es la singularidad. La singularidad, como veis, es... Vamos a darle al 8 para recuperar a Garrus. Y vamos a darle... Ah, no podemos. Bien, parece que ya está todo. Equipo, ligera humana. Vale, quedarse todo. Voy a ver si es... Bueno, pues no es mejor que ni la que tenemos ni nada. O sea, es un poquito mejor que esta, eso sí. Pero te quita otras cosas, así que nada. Como veis, estas criaturas supuestamente antes eran personas, ¿vale? Pero las ha modificado tanto que las ha hecho enloquecer. No sabemos dónde puede estar, pero dado que en esta sala ya sabemos que no puede estar. En esto parece que tampoco, así que debe estar detrás. Voy a darle un botiquín porque se estaba muriendo por veneno.
Thank you for saving me from those things.
Commander, that's him. That's Dr. Saleon.
What? My name is Hart. Dr. Hart. Please, get me out of here.
Are you sure it's him?
Positive. There's no escape this time, Doctor. I'd harvest your organs first, but we don't have the time.
You're crazy. He's crazy. Please, don't let him do this to me.
We'll take him in, drop him off at the military.
But we have him. We can't let him get away. Not again.
This is my kill, Garrus.
You're all crazy!
What was that, Shepard?
Never hesitate when you've got the enemy in your sights, Garrus.
Point taken. Well, I guess we're done here.
Que conste que esto no es lo que quería hacer, así que vamos a cargar, ¿vale? No era lo que tenía planeado. No sé si podré cargar, ¿vale? Vale, pues sí he podido. Estamos otra vez con lo de 50, vamos a hacerlo rápido, ¿vale? Vale, esto me parece mejor que lo que había antes porque están todas a medio, todas al menos las principales de bióticas. Vamos a darle equipo, vamos a ponerle otra vez la pistolita. Con lo mismo. Vale, ya estamos listos. Perdonad esto de cargar, pero es que yo lo que quería era... Vamos a guardar manualmente. Yo lo que quería no era que se muriera, yo lo que quería era otra cosa. Y no sé por qué cojones...
Hostile contact!
Charging up!
Venga, Garrus, levanta. Venga, venga, vamos, Garrus. No parece haber cajas, así que vamos a irnos directamente otra vez al Dr. Saleon, o como se llame. Y vamos a ver si esta vez... Vamos a ir primero aquí, a ver qué pasa. Aquí no hay nada, así que... Lo voy a dar a guardar lo primero. No vaya a ser que nos pase otra vez lo de antes. Es que yo no quiero matarle, yo quiero que esté encerrado.
Commander, that's him. That's Dr. Salem.
Matarle no me sirve de nada, la verdad.
What? My name is Hart. Dr. Hart. Please, get me out of here.
Are you sure it's him?
Positive. There's no escape this time, Doctor. I'd harvest your organs first, but we don't have the time.
You're crazy. He's crazy. Please, don't let him do this to me.
We'll take him in, drop him off at the military.
But we have him. We can't let him get away. Not again.
If he dies, we'll never know what he's been up to, or how he did it. We'll take him in, interrogate him, and he'll serve his time.
Okay. You're right. You're a very lucky Solarian. You owe the commander your life.
Oh, thank you so very much.
And so he dies anyway. What was
No
the
pienso
point?
disparar.
You can't predict how people will act, Garrus, but you can control how you'll respond. In the end, that's what really matters.
Yeah. I don't think I ever met anyone like you, Commander. Well, I guess we're done here.
Pues vale. Si va a morir de todas maneras, no sé, tío. No sé qué sentido tiene esto, pero bueno. La misión en sí, porque si yo pensaba que podía sobrevivir, o sea, que no iba a huir. Pero si va a huir de todas maneras, no... Menos mal que tengo que tengo Omnigel para dar y tomar, o sea... Está bien, pero no sé. No, de momento se van a quedar así, ¿eh? No, es que no sé por qué decidirme, la verdad. La recarga yo creo que está mejor que lo otro, pero bueno. Vamos a ir terminando la misión, volviendo a la nave. Y ya habiendo completado esta misión vamos a volver a hablar con Garrus, ¿vale? Y completamos el episodio. Aunque lo dicho, no sé. Es que no entiendo yo muy bien el motivo por qué de repente huye y Liara le pega un tiro, porque no he sido yo, ¿sabes? Si hubiera sido yo todavía. Pero es que ha muerto además de un golpe, o sea, muy bestia el asunto. Vamos a ver con Garrus, vamos a ver qué nos cuenta, porque supongo que nos tenga que contar algo. Y dado que no hay manera de salvarle ni hostias, pues se va a morir sí o sí, así que nada. Ah, pues no nos comenta nada. Bueno, lo dejo aquí. Me iré a la tienda, comerciaré un poco a ver si hay algo mejor y lo cambiaré. Así que hasta el siguiente vídeo. Suscribíos para más.